Welcome back everybody, let's have a look at some of these coins. I will have a look at Bitcoin, XRP and a quick flick around with traditional markets and commodities as well. And if you've not joined my Telegram or subscribed to this channel, go ahead and do that. There's also an airdrop Telegram that I've set up as well, just for the easy, most profitable ones, none of the ones which require too much faffing around. We don't want to have to earn this money, we just want to get given it for free, don't we? So just the easy ones there, and there's a Telegram group for that, and just like I say, go on there and start getting your free money. Anyway, let's have a look at Bitcoin. So first of all, a Bitcoin massive beast moves here, probably continuing from here, I would say, because we've got a golden cross here on the 4 hourly, and when you look at the state of the RSI, it needed to come down a little bit. This is just a 4 hourly, by the way, it's not massive, and it's still coming back into the comfort zone here. The money flow index is still not overbought or anything like that. It's not peaking, so there's plenty of room to be moving there. And the MACD, even though it's made a negative cross, it's still into bullish territory massively. There's nothing really to worry about here on the 4 hourly. Now we've got this blue box area here, which is basically our resistance, which is now what we're lurking within. We're within this blue box territory here, and so long as this isn't compromised and we break down beneath this level, which is roughly give or take 11,400, everything's good to go for another run, another run to the previous high and maybe a little bit further. So we'll have a look at how high this is likely to go. It's kind of the same as what I said yesterday. This area here, this trend line here, is the trend line to really get scared of. Now this could be beautiful if we break above it, or it could be tragic if we're rejected from it, and I'll show you why just very briefly. And I know I go through this a lot, but this trend line is basically a 3-year-old trend line where we get rejected from and supported from, and it's happened many times throughout the last 3 years. So rejection, support, rejection, rejection, support, and rejection, and then recently we spent a lot of time being rejected from it, and then finally we gave in completely, to the tick I should say. So this really does count, this really is a trend line to put into your chart, just to be aware of it, definitely. So I think that we can have another run. I think that eventually we're going to make it above here before we break down, and if we were to break down, we do have this upwards trending level of support here. So it's like an inverted speakerphone style that we've got here, or a rising wedge, or whatever you want to call it. But basically we've got resistance here and support down here, and if this were to break down from here, yeah, it would look quite nasty. And we do have this here, which is another really long trend line, which has previously been super resistance, boink, boink, and boink. And we would like to think that if we did break down from here, this would be our bottom. If that were to happen, it could happen, but if it did, I would expect a decent bounce from here. We've got lots of supports, but beneath us, how I should mention, lots and lots of supports. In fact, we're above all major moving averages, the 200 exponentials all the way down here at 10,000, and we've got all of these down here. So yes, we can come down to 11,144, and we could come down perhaps maybe even to 10,850, but for the moment we're above this, or within this blue box range here. It makes more sense on the 4 hourly, and because we're within that range here and we're not broken down beneath it, it looks like we could have another run, maybe not today, but this week definitely. Let's transfer that information over to the XRP chart and we'll work out what's going on with that. So XRP looking like an underperformer, no surprise there. We often see this with XRP, but for many of you, you will understand that I am in this one for the long run, because we have broken out of our, again, a long trend line. We'll go to a daily for this one. A very long trend line. We broke out of it, similar to that of Bitcoin, and now what we're looking to do is, you can see how this trend line basically kept us under rejection. When we broke out of it the first time, we went skyrocketing, and then obviously the whole March situation took place. But the next time we broke out of it, that doesn't look like a big move, but I'm telling you, it's not a move to be sniffed at. That's a 12% move there, and now we're above. We're out of here, which means that actually the consolidation phase is over. The accumulation phase has begun. We had a second trend line here, which we were stuck beneath, and we've broken out of there again, which has caused these daily runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green candles. Even though they look a bit spiky, they are definitely green. So what could this mean? could mean that XRP is likely to make a move, and the move I would expect would be to push up eventually to get us up to 28 cents into this blue box area, where we'll probably have a bit of a battle, but getting into this blue box is the one to get into, and breaking into it and out of it will cause really big moves. But for the moment it's accumulating, and you can see that this MACD here is diverging. It's just got to the 0 point, the RSI, higher highs, higher lows, money flow index right in the middle, so we're kind of primed really for a move, and I would expect maybe a 20% move out of XRP some point soon. That could take us all the way to the top of this blue box. Yeah, so maybe a bit overreaching there, but this blue box area will be hit quite soon in my opinion. But again, you know, all of this does ride on Bitcoin, but so long as Bitcoin stays above this bottom area, which is the 11,400, everything's good to go, and it should allow alts to move. There's a lot of alts that I mentioned in my video yesterday that I'm looking to hold on to. Some of those look a little bit iffy at the moment, but I'm telling you that they're pretty good. So we're talking about Ravencoin, StormX, SXP, Algo, and KNC. There was a whole range of them that I've been picking up recently, and they're all looking pretty good to make continuation. So I think there's going to be not an alt season, but the alts will have their time. There's going to be rotation in the market, and it's going to allow some of those to move. But basically, Bitcoin is looking like it wants to be making the majority of these moves, so it might be worth trading alts into BTC as a trading pair rather than into Tether at this point. But again, you know, until we hit this level here, I'm bullish on the market. So this level here, I'm bullish on the market until we hit here, and if we break above there, I'm really bullish on the market. But for the moment, we're not above there yet, and only when we get above there will things start to get interesting. As you can see, when we do break above there, things get very interesting, and they, you know, this level does get tested as support and remains as strong support. So breaking above here again, you know, very, very interesting. Let's measure some of these out just for fun, shall we? Breaking above here all the way up to here, 61% move. Oh, there we measure this one. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but breaking above there, that's a 447% move. You know, so this trend line does count for something. Being beneath it, though, also counts for something. So currently we're beneath it, so we have to assume that we'll be rejected from it. Breaking above it, we have to assume that we're going to be supported above it. So that is the deal with all of that. So let's have a quick look onto the Bityard account that I've been using quite frequently now, and we'll just have a look at the state of the Nasdaq on the 4-hourly. Definitely going crazy, making higher highs here. So with the fact that the Nasdaq is continuing to make higher highs, I would expect it to actually continue to do this for the rest of the day. The American markets have got another hour and 15 minutes before they open, but when they do, I think we're still going to make it, because the Dixie, the dollar, is going down in value. It's looking pretty good. Also, oil has rebounded quite nicely, and basically almost making up its whole of yesterday's losses. I think that this is good for the market, the crypto market in general. Gold, again, another indicator of Bitcoin's health, looking like it wants to make another stab or another attempt to perhaps go bullish again, but we'll have to wait and see with that one. But when it comes to the Nasdaq and oil, they're both looking pretty good, which means it should be good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin, all it needs to do is hold this blue box territory and stay above this blue box territory, even just the bottom area of it, and everything will be good for everything. But again, you know, this could all end tragically when we hit this area here, 12,180. Bear that in mind. Anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, join the Telegram, and have a nice day. Take it easy.